Hi, my name is Kevin Creed, and I'm the volunteer director of an organization called Friends of Fisher House in Connecticut. A Fisher House is a charitable organization that builds and maintains homes for healings for our veterans and their families. It operates much like a Ronald McDonald House, where, by example, a kid from Connecticut joins the Army, goes to 101st Airborne, 82nd, or 3rd ID, whatever, and he's over in Iraq and Afghanistan, and while he's there, he gets injured. And he's brought home, evacuated home, and he's in one of the military hospitals here in the United States. Well, often the military wants the families, and I know the families themselves will want to go and be with their son or daughter or husband or wife during rehabilitation. And that rehab sometimes takes weeks and months, especially with traumatic brain injury or burns or amputation. And so often these families get to this area, and imagine Walter Reed or Bethesda, they're in that urban area. How long can they afford to pay for a hotel room while they're there visiting their family, their loved one? So that's where we step in. The classic case is the Marine from New Mexico who lost both arms, both legs, and had a traumatic brain injury. His parents, between themselves, decided that the husband would quit his job, drive to Bethesda to be with him. Well, after 2 weeks, that father is living in his car, because after all, who among an average person can afford weeks on end of a hotel room in the greater Washington, D.C. area? Few of us can. And so now that guy is staying in a Fisher House that we built there for that express purpose. There's 54 of them around the country. We even have one at Dover Air Force Base, so that when the unthinkable happens and parents have to go to visit or greet the remains of their loved one coming home from overseas, they have a place to stay, to get away from it all, and be among other families facing the same prospect there at Dover Air Force Base. We have a Fisher House there. There's a wonderful article written by a family called the Statons out of Illinois. John Staton is a Marine who was killed, and the father writes about how they went through that entire terrible process, but what a relief it was to have a Fisher House there that they could retreat to for the 2-day process that you go through in that terrible time. So that's what we do, and currently we're going to build a Fisher House at the VA in West Haven, because there's up to 200,000 veterans that are eligible for treatment at the VA in West Haven, Connecticut, 8,500 of them from the current war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they came to us about a year ago, came to me about a year ago, and asked if I would head up the effort to put one in. And so we are doing that right now. We have to raise $3 million, and that'll be matched by corporate sponsors with another $3 million for a total of $6 million. And we're going to build this 16,000 square foot facility on land. We already have the land at the VA in West Haven. And it should be a wonderful opportunity for all of us in Connecticut to show in a real meaningful way our devotion and support and compassion for our veterans. Whether they're 91-year-old World War II veterans or 19-year-old Afghanistan or Iraq War veterans. Now's the time for us to step up to make this happen. Please go to the website www.fisherhousect.org. That's FISHERHOUSECT.org, and to learn how you can help and to learn more about this project. Thank you.